Hey man, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but let's drop that intro real quick. Yo, welcome back to my channel. I really love you guys. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I hope it is blessing you. But this is probably something I've heard ever since I was a kid. Store up treasures in heaven. Store up treasures in heaven where it wouldn't be eaten by moth and all these bugs and stuff. I feel like it's something I've heard over and over again. I'm like, how do you store up treasures in heaven? Like, how can you store up? What do you mean by store up treasures in heaven, Jesus? What do you mean by that? Maybe this video will help you. Maybe this video will bring some insight to you, and if it does, to God be the glory. But let me read this place for you guys where Jesus was saying this. Matthew 6, I'm gonna start from verse 19, and I'm gonna get to the part where I feel like Jesus really, deciphered that for me. Don't store up treasures here on earth where moth eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store up treasures in heaven where moth and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Now, this is the part that's very important. It says, wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Wherever you place your treasure, that's where your heart is. So let's think about it physically. So say I have $100,000 and I dig up a ground somewhere in nowhere and I hide it in the ground. Literally, I promise you, constantly my heart is gonna be thinking about that place. My heart is gonna be thinking about my money. So that's why Jesus says, wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. How can I store up treasures in heaven? There's a place in the Bible that talks about keep your mind on things above. Keep your mind on things above. Keep your mind on things above. Let's read that verse again, and let's exchange the word treasure with mind. Okay? Don't store up your mind or thoughts. Let's say thoughts or mind. Don't store up your thoughts here on earth, where moth eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. I don't know who will steal your thoughts, but that could happen. Store your treasures, store your thoughts or your mind, set your mind in heaven, where moth and rust cannot destroy it, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your thought is, there the desires of your heart will be. Bam! Like boom! Like poof! Like literally, I read that and my mind was like, that's the answer. Jesus gave us the answer right there. Jesus said, if you want to store up treasures in heaven, this is how you do it. Focus your mind on heaven. Where are your thoughts consistently? Every single time, every single moment in the day as you're going through your day, what is filling up your mind? What is constantly on your mind? Is it about? And it's not a, oh, God, think about God. But is it something that edifies God? Is it something that is loving? Paul said it in this way. He said, whatever things are pure, whatever things are just, whatever things are righteous, whatever things are honest, whatever things are worthy of praise, think on these things. That's how we set our mind on things above, and that's how we store up treasures in heaven, y'all. That's how we store up treasures in heaven. I know it's like, I'm not trying to fool you. Like, it's literally there in the Bible. Let me actually prove it to you in this way. I'm gonna do something real quick. Sometimes in a language, I can say something in Igbo, and in English, you have to flip it around to make a meaning of it. So, for example, let me read this last verse, Matthew 6:21. Let me read it again, but I'm gonna flip it around. It says, wherever your desire is, there, wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Let's read it like this. Wherever the desires of your heart is, there your treasure will also be. So you want to store up treasures in heaven? Where is the desire of your heart? Whatever is constantly in your heart, whatever is constantly in your desire, that's what your treasure will be. So I want to have treasures in heaven. How do I do that? How do I store up treasures in heaven? By setting my mind on things about heaven. Setting my mind on things that are pure, things that are good, things that are lovely. That's how we do it. That's what I think. That's what I learned. I hope it blessed you. I hope you learned from this. I hope it was insightful. Next time somebody tells you store up treasures in heaven, store up treasures in where moth and rust will not destroy it, you know that they're basically trying to say, fix your mind on things about God. That's how you store up treasures in heaven. I believe so. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for what. Can I talk today? Peace out.